Okay, this is the volatility stop over here on the left 60-minute time frame. Then you got then you have the T3 crossovers, with a 20 pip target and a 40 pip target. This is the same entry is right here, which is the volatility stop called the trade. They call the trade at 57.51, and it's right in this area. So what the volatility stop will do for you, and the way I trade it, is once it calls a trade, I look for, on the 10-minute to get a little better price on the pair. And then he's here on the left side of the 60-minute time frame, which you can't see because it's all cluttered with my trend lines and stuff, is all my different profit points with the volatility stop. You got 25, 40, 60, 80, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 240, 500 pip targets. And on this last move, see, it's not as noisy as the smaller time frames. It'll hold the trade. You could just hold it until it calls or you get a trend line break. That's why you see I have this trend line drawn here. But these are all the profit points you could take during the on the way. 25, 40, 60, 80. Then there's a pullback here. Your stop is over here, down here, and then it bounces off this support. Used to be resistance, now support. Bounces off here, and then it takes 100 pips, 125, 150, 175, 200, and 240. So the next target up is 500 pips. It may get there, it may not. Basically, I'll keep this trend line drawn as long as it stays above this trend line. And also you got the volatility stop. It's Fibonacci based indicator. And then, or you could trade it the 10-minute in this direction. It's just a lot of noise. But you'll get a better price when your first initial buy. And then your first initial buy would be just look for past resistance that's going to be future support. And this is the call on the 60-minute right here, 57.51. And all you're looking to do is pull back and see this line here. That's past support. Now it's going to be future. Future resistance is going to be past support. Now, when it hits, it's going to hit support, and then you're going to get a buy signal. Boom, right there. Here's your entry. You get a lot better price than this. Let's see, 57.51. It pulled back 51 pips. Where's the auto trader? 51 pips, that's not bad. I mean, I could withstand a 50 pip drawdown, but sometimes these things pull back a lot, and you just get a better price. And you could just hold the trade. Once you get in, you could just hold it with this, or you can enter in and in and out. It's up to however you want to trade it, and then it takes its it just keeps going. But you're always going to take the buys, never the sells, because you're trading in a direction of the volatility stop. And it's just gonna, it's very noisy, but you're still trading in the direction of the volatility stop, and you're gonna make, a ton of pips, or you could just hold the trade for those other profit points on the volatility stop. Now you could trade it with the T3 crossovers on a 60-minute. It's just that it's going to tell you to get in and out more than the volatility stop is, because it's, for the most part, once it starts trending like this, you're looking at it called the trade on 8:30, and it's already, it's already in the trade for almost 4 days. But you're up, a ton of pips. You're up. Let's see, I'll tell you right now, if you were trading it this way. Oh, excuse me. You're up right now 314 pips. Okay. And basically, you're just looking for all Y trades. And this is the current market now. Got a big news event. So, that's what the volatility stop does for me. You could use a T3 crossovers on the 60-minute. Just keep your trend lines drawn. The system is very profitable. Of course, the T3 crossovers are actually faster than the volatility stop, but you're going to be getting in and out of the trades more with the T3 crossovers on a 60-minute. Okay, and hopefully they'll implement, the volatility stop correctly in the UCS, and then also the other thing is that Earl's not around to build that system, so I don't know who's going to build it because the scripting language is different. So that's another thing to consider as well. Who's going to build the system, because remember, this charting software, let's see, go to edit. This thing, it has a T3 34 is a trend filter, and he has it embedded in the volatility stop to keep down the noise and the constant trading. So hopefully Earl, I guess he's going to be a beta tester, and maybe he can kind of, once they do it properly, with the scripting language and everything, he could build a system for everyone, and it'll be a huge help, and you'll make a ton of pips. All right. Any other questions? You just send me an email, and I'll try to answer them for you. All right. Signing off.